Hey guys, so we're back with the Seaward Apollo 600. We are just going to go through the initial setup of it and adding a new user and adjusting some of the basic settings. So we'll just fire this up. A couple of issues I've had. When I'm looking at the screen now, there is patterning on whatever sort of filter that they've fitted to this. This pops up every time it's been reset, and you just need to press the return key, which is this one here, and that will then clear that message and it will carry on booting up. Yeah, so I'm seeing a patterning all over this screen. It's sort of wavy lines and all sorts depending on which angle you're looking at it, so I don't really understand why that's, you know, a filter that will cause that has been fitted. I'd love to open it up and just drag the filter off. I'm not even sure the purpose of it, but it is a nuisance seeing funny patterns all over the screen. I don't know whether you can, I'm looking at the camera's screen and I think actually you probably can see here sort of wavy lines. That's not quite what I'm seeing on the actual screen when I'm looking at it, but it's not far off. It'll give you an idea of what I'm seeing, and I've got to say that is annoying, but hey, there you go, that's what we've got. So initial setup and things are all done within this menu here. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Yeah, zoomed in, I think you could see even more patterning then, but so it's not the camera, it is the filter that's on this screen, and you see that's just faded out. It's just done a timeout, so we're going to press F4 to go into that menu. You see the screen brightens up again. That's all adjustable, and we will show you how in a minute. So I'm going to assume this it just needs resetting back to the factory conditions, and you can do that by scrolling around using the cursor keys, or by pressing the number 8 for memory, which we're going to press, and that would take you straight into it. So you can see we've got no records, haven't used any of the memory, but we're going to reset this anyway. Little trash can sort of symbol comes up here, just going to select that, and now, and this is another issue that I've got, that top box is highlighted in red. I'm not very good with reds, and some of the other fields in other menus, they have a thinner box around them in red, and I can't see it, so I don't know which field is highlighted, and I find that a real pain. The box is a bit thicker here and you can see it more clearly, but on some of the other menus it really is just a thin line. Well, it's kind of like the thickness of the line around the admin, the user name there. It's very thin, and I just don't see red at all. It would be better for me if some of these lines were a bit thicker, possibly a different colour. Anyway, so to select, put a tick in that first box, you just press the return key that I just showed you, cursor down to highlight the next one, and down and down and down till they're all highlighted, and then press the save button there. Again, you've got to press enter. You can select either one with the cursor keys, but you must press enter. The green button isn't going to work in this instance. So they do seem to have mixed up, you know, using the tick and the enter key, and sometimes one or the other doesn't work when you think it might. So that's just resetting everything. Again, says OK, press the enter key, and return to the previous menu with the green arrow, and this time we are going to add a new user. When this is new, it has the admin user name, an admin account is set up, and you'll want to password protect that and probably create other usernames. Depends on how many staff and things like that you've got. For me, it's only me here, but I wanted to say Trevor on the pat records and everything. So we're going to go into number 2, which is users. This time we're just going to go down using the cursor keys and then the green tick, Right, so we're then going to press, I think it was with the F3, I'm just going to check. Yeah, so F3, we're going to add a user. You can see, I think that's highlighted. To be honest, I can't tell. You can see, you can see the issue anyone who is slightly colourblind has got. That's such a thin line. I think it is highlighted in red. So that's the current settings that the admin account can adjust, which is everything. And their skill level is set at expert, and you can change that to novice if you want. So we're going to click F1 to add a new user, and the username is going to be Trevor, and the password will be 1234. Repeat the password and then save with F3. And this time, I think again that's highlighted. If you press left or right on the cursor keys, you now see two different choices. So I'm going to scroll down to Trevor. I'm going to press the left or right cursor key to select it, and then I can set my level. Novice is selected, we'll leave it at that. We're going to press OK, or the return key, and repeat that for all of the options, and then we're going to press save. So that's it. At this stage you might want to delete or password protect the admin account, or remove its privileges, depending on your setup. For me it makes no difference, so now we're going to swap user and press save. Oops, no, I've got to press left or right to put Trevor back into the username field, and press save. It takes a few seconds, not even a few seconds, just a second to update the username at the top. Not a problem, but don't be too quick with this. This is not the fastest thing out there. Some things take just a fraction of a second longer than you think they might if you're used to dealing with fast PCs. Some of the things just don't work as quickly as you might think. So screen power save time is set for just 1 minute at the moment. The auto power down is an issue for me, because each repair I do takes probably 10 to 15 minutes, and I would still like this powered up probably after 20 minutes. I don't want to have to keep firing it up after every repair. So I'm just going to set that for 20 minutes. Probably just going to change the screen power save time to 5. Most of the time here it will be mains powered, but if you've got it working somewhere on site with battery only, you may want to keep the screen power save time down to 1. So there's a couple of choices of images, and the power on screen can be altered. I don't particularly want it to be in the home setting. Whoops, I want it to be, can't you see? I can't see where we are. So I want it to be on pat testing every time it fires up. So we've changed the background image. I'm going to keep the avatar as a user, and the power on screen will be all ready to pat test. Settings up there are changed, and I'm going to press the save key. And now if we go to the home screen, you can see that it's with my name, and we're all ready to start pat testing. So let's just go into this again. I'm not going to cover all of these in this video. This was just an introduction, really. There are Bluetooth settings. You can download the pat test data. The upload is interesting because there are other things you can do with this. You can upload printer logos and background images. The printer logos is quite useful, and I've had a little play with this, and I do have an issue. You can only upload an image of, I can't remember what it is, it's 240 by something. It's fairly low, but you can get some good information on there. And I actually printed off a logo of the correct size with text on it, web address, phone number, and a little message, and it uploaded fine. And when you're printing off the logos with the Seaward machines, you can actually see the picture of it on screen, but when you go to print it, it tells me that the logo is too big. I haven't quite got to the bottom of that. I'll probably contact Seaward so get that sorted, but it could be a useful feature. Oops, got to remember to get out of that. There we go. Green button, and yeah, memory we've covered, time and date, pat edit. You can edit the test sequences. Obviously there's a whole range of built-in sequences to cover most situations, but you can edit them if you want. You can edit the test sequence, you can add a new test sequence, copy one, change it, and save it, pretty much whatever you want. So we're just editing this one, and you can see the limits there, insulation, and so fully editable. We're not going to do anything there, we're just going to go back out of it. Save changes. No, we didn't make any. Oops. Enter key. Yeah, just back out of that. Bluetooth is for the Bluetooth range of printers. We'll cover that in another video. If there's nothing up and running, it's not going to bring up anything here. Oops. Another situation where I really struggle to see the red box. You can just see that it's slightly different. So again, back out of that, and that's pretty much the basic settings of adding a user, and just having a quick look at those menus. And yeah, so I think that would probably do. Gone on long enough. There's a few basic settings to change, and we'll just go in and show you how to change the admin password by swapping to admin and then adding a password. So we're just going to go into users, and the user is me at the moment, and we're going to press that one. Actually, I wonder if you can just delete the admin account. That would be interesting. I wonder if we can do that. Are you sure you want to delete the username admin? Well, let's say yes. Be surprised if it let us, but we'll see. I'm going to come out of this now and see if that user has gone. Let's go into users with 2. Now, it would appear that it's still there. Yeah, I mean, it could be that it will not delete the admin account, but let's see if we can change the password. Okay. Let's just swap to admin. Yeah, it's definitely not being lost there. And now I can't remember how to change the passwords. And we were doing so well. Let's just try that again. I'm going to swap to admin. Ah, there it was. I just missed it, actually, I think. Wasn't looking carefully enough. Users. We're going to change to admin. There's a symbol there with a key. I wonder if that's to change the password. Okay, so existing password is nothing. We're going to change it to 1234 and 1234 and save. and we can select that new user back here. It's asking for the password, 1 2 3 4, save, and we're back in. And if we go back the main menu, and now we've now swapped back to admin. So it's all pretty straightforward. The menus are pretty easy to follow. There's a couple of little bits that you might say are a bit confusing, but once you've done some of this once or twice, it's really not a big problem. And just change some settings there, go back. Yeah, so you can see the different background image on that. So yeah, I think that's it. We're going to wrap that up about 15 minutes. Just a basic intro look at this Apollo 600 and setting it up from new, and just changing a couple of the parameters. Catch you later.